Jeff Rann could be from the pages of Hemingway, an African professional hunter, now after a trophy buck on El Cazador Ranch on Winchester's Whitetail Revolution.
There's something about a big, mature whitetail that will stir the blood of any man. If you love to hunt, big whitetails will get your adrenaline up.
That's definitely the one. Okay, he's got his head down.
Winchester's Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Bushnell Optics, magnify life. Code Blue, perfecting the science of hunting. Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work.
There's some more deer. Deer all over the place. If you ever want a really big whitetail, open range, low fenced whitetail hunting, this is a place to be.
Professional African hunter Jeff Rann's on a busman's holiday in South Texas, hunting for trophy whitetail and Tecomate Wildlife Systems co-founder David Morris's El Cazador Ranch.
It's a good-looking buck here.
It was a special treat for me to have Jeff Rann, a great professional hunter from Africa, who I got to hunt with in his special part of the world last year, the Okavango Delta. What a place that was and what an experience. But to have him here on my ranch and to be able to share my special part of the world, El Cazador Ranch, with him, what a treat, what a privilege that was.
We kind of put this all together while David and I were hunting Cape Buffalo in Botswana, and he invited me down, and I was excited to come down and see his ranch. I've got the 777 Ranch, which is about 3.5, 4 hours away from here, and we do some things differently, and I'm looking forward to going out with David and seeing how he manages his food plots and how he gets to grow such big whitetail deer down here.
Jeff Rann may not look it, but he has 30+ years of professional hunting experience in Africa. In his day, he's faced the Big Five and the other dangerous game of the continent many times. Of them all, he has a special respect for the Cape buffalo, the animal known as horned death that once caught and threw him, nearly ending his career and life. But the rest of the time, his rifle and hunting skills have kept him and his clients alive and safe in the bush. Now, Rann brings his decades of safari hunting experience to the pursuit of Texas whitetail.
The South Texas country is different from where I'm at, the 777 Ranch, even though it's 3-4 hours away. We're on the sort of boundary of the hill country and South Texas. We got a little bit of both, but this is really true South Texas country down here, and that's where they grow the big deer.
When Jeff came down, what surprised me, as experienced as Jeff is in Africa and all the things he's seen and all the things he's done, he was hungry to learn more about whitetails and whitetail management.
You got a real Hall of Fame here.
Well, thank you, thank you.
I don't often get a chance to hunt whitetail. I've really only hunted a handful, and I'm looking forward to it. I know they've got some big deer out here, and we're looking for a big management deer.
Great deer out there. It's going to be fun. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm ready to go.
Well, let's get after it.
Okay.
That's what we're after right there, Jeff. You know, when Jeff came, knowing obviously he's an incredible hunter of infinite experience, I just turned Jeff loose. I told him, here's what we're looking for, Jeff. We're looking for big, mature bucks. You're looking for something 6.5 years old and older, and you get out there, and when you find that animal, you hunt him like you want to. Because here on El Cazador, you can hunt a number of different ways, but Jeff is used to getting on the ground, getting out there and mixing it up with the animals. And that's what Jeff chose to do. He got out there and he started that slipping, that classic African stalk.
There's some more deer. There's deer all over the place. There's a couple of other senderos up here. I was gonna get up and have a look. I can see just the backs of a couple of deer up ahead.
You know, it's great to hunt from a stand, and to be honest, for most people, that is the most effective way to hunt these deer. But Jeff wanted to be more aggressive, so Jeff got down and began moving through the grass, working these senderos, walking, spotting, stalking, moving.
There's some more deer. There's deer all over the place. I figured with the wind right and you know, with the heavy cover they've got right now this time of year, I'd be able to be successful and get up on a deer. And if we blew a couple stalks, that's fine too. The idea was just to really get out and have some fun. There's a deer there.
You know, even though it's very difficult to get on the ground and spot and stalk and slip and move on these big whitetails, this year there was an advantage, and that advantage is this grass. We've got 3 and 4 foot grass this year. We had 24 inches of rain in the months of August and September here on the El Cazador Ranch. Now that's a blessing and a curse. It is a blessing when you're trying to move through this brush. It does help conceal you, but the problem is if you make a bad shot and this deer runs off in this grass, you've got major problems, and the deer are hard to see in this grass. Jeff wanted to be more aggressive, and Jeff likes to hunt that way.
Spotting and stalking for me is I love the action. Nice buck. Oh, he's got me pinned.
Jeff Rann's alone after Texas whitetail. But meanwhile, Mike Hanbeck has a tale to share of a Hoosier mammoth.
Tim Friedman was hunting on his farm in southern Indiana with his young nephew Wade. It was opening morning of shotgun season, about a half hour after light. Tim looked up and a monster buck was approaching his tree stand. He calmed his nerves and dropped the giant at 20 yards with a 12-gauge slug. Tim and Wade were amazed. You know, they hunted the farm a lot. They'd never seen that giant. The 22-pointer scored 225 non-typical, just an incredible buck. Tim told me, Mike, I'll take luck over skill any day. Tim's being humble, but you know he's right. I don't care how good a deer hunter you think you are, you gotta have some luck to be in the right place at the right time when that giant finally comes by. Tim also said the best part about that hunting the big deer was I got to share it all with my young nephew Wade. Now there's a guy who's doing it right. Great job, Tim and Wade. True team effort. For more great big buck stories like this, check us out on the web at versuscountry.com.
African professional hunter Jeff Rann's hunted the largest game on the planet. Now he's been turned loose for whitetail on David Morris's El Cazador Ranch, and the challenge is just as big.
Yeah, David's taken me around and showed me how he's got his food plots and how he's managing his whitetail population here, and I think I can use some of it and applied at the 777 Ranch, and it's really interesting. He's obviously been at it a lot longer than I have, and I'm going to gain a lot of knowledge from him on it.
You know, the engine that drives our nutritional program here on El Cazador Ranch is food plots. And so Jeff was real interested in our nutritional plots, the plots that don't just attract, but they provide the nutrition that grows these big racks, grows these big bodies, that nourishes those does so they can grow healthy fawns. When we started going around the ranch, I was showing him the food plots. When Jeff came here, he didn't come just to hunt. He came to learn about management. This is the food plot, Jeff, that drives our nutritional program. This is a summer plot where we get our high protein that grows the big antlers, nourishes the does.
David, you got 3,000 acres. What percentage of that's under winter and what under summer food plots?
Our total percentage is about 8% in food plots, and about 140 acres is summer lab plots, and about 100 acres roughly in winter plots. Jeff, being from Texas, was also very interested in what do we do about water. Of course, water is a limiting factor here in South Texas. He wanted to know it all. We spent the afternoon looking around, explaining the program, and Jeff just soaked it in. Well, Jeff, you've gotten a pretty good overview of what we're doing here on El Cazador and the Tecomate management system. And let's go out now and give you a chance to enjoy the fruits of this program.
Well, it's great, David. It's been great, you know, seeing how you do all this, but I'm looking forward to this afternoon.
We're gonna have a good hunt. Some big bucks out here in these bushes somewhere. You know, it's not often here on El Cazador that I turn somebody loose, because we have a very selective harvest. We want to shoot the right deer at the right age, and so to turn Jeff loose was a step of faith on my part, and I think really speaks to the confidence I have in his ability as a hunter.
I'd love to shoot a big management deer, but it's not the end-all, be-all, end-all for me. I want to try and get out and do a stalk and see if I can approach one of these big deer, smart, old 6.5, 7.5-year-old deer, and get, you know, within 100 yards or so and get a shot at him. There's deer everywhere. As long as the wind's right, that'll be okay. Nice buck. Looks like a 5.5-year-old deer. It's not quite what we're looking for. Man, it's nice to get up close on these deer. That deer's 75 yards from me. He's picked me off. He's just standing there as long as I'm not moving. He's not moving. I'm gonna check another sendero further over. Boy, it's a great first day. Made some good stalks, you know, blew some stalks as well, but you're gonna do that when you're moving around. But saw a nice deer right at the end here. Not quite what I was looking for. David's seen a big deer. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and go into that area and see if I can stalk him. Boy, great day. Tomorrow's gonna be just as good, maybe better. Yeah, I think that's the deer David was talking about. I'm gonna ease up around here. I can get closer. He knows something's up. Keeps looking this way. That's definitely the one.
Winchester's Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Bushnell Optics, magnify life. Code Blue, perfecting the science of hunting. Winchester Repeating Arms, the guns that work. African hunter Jeff Rann found the sendero that the buck he's after calls home. Now, can he get the shot?
You know, all the people that only have whitetail deer and they think that they're missing something, I want you to know that you're hunting, in my opinion, the greatest game animal on earth. This is an animal that gets Jeff Rann excited. you're not missing anything if all you have is whitetail deer. You're hunting one of the greatest animals that God has put on this earth.
Whitetail is a challenging animal, and it's also, because of the horn configuration, it seems that there's so many, even though it's the same species, there's just so many varieties of horns you can look for, and I think that's what draws guys back hunting whitetail year after year after year. It was another great morning. It's cool and clear, a little bit of a breeze, very steady, which is going to be great for trying to stalk and cover a lot of my sound and scent. So we're going to get set up and try to just start moving around, checking these senderos, and so I'm excited. It looks good. We got in early this morning and before daylight, and we had, at one point, had deer all around us. We got a doe out here. Just gonna kind of ease up through here. Spotting and stalking for me is, I love the action. I like, you know, you may, like I say, you blow stalks, but you know, you're seeing stuff. You're actively, physically hunting an animal and moving around, and you know, I think it's great. There's a doe just up here in that sendero. Just gonna hang on here for a minute. The wind's good. She's real relaxed. You know, when you're out here moving around, it's just patience. You know, you're not going to cover a lot of ground very fast. This wind is perfect, just a nice gentle breeze. It's not enough to spook the deer, but gives a lot of cover for me with the sound. I'm going to move up now and probably sit and wait a little bit longer, let the sun come a bit more, get a bit more light. Yeah, buck's joined that doe. I want to get a better look at him. Yeah, I think that's the deer David was talking about. I'm gonna ease up around here. I can get closer. He knows something's up. He keeps looking this way. Hopefully he settles down with that doe. She's not paying much attention. That's definitely the one. That was great. I mean, great stalk, great deer. Had a pretty good angle. I waited till he turned and got a good shot at him. I lost him as he ran, but I don't think he's going to go far. Just give him a minute or two, and then we're going to get up there and have a look. There he is. Yeah, I'll tell you, if that was a leopard, I'd have been in trouble. He was definitely going to chew somebody up, hopefully the cameraman. What a deer, man. Great deer. He's down in this tall grass. I tell you, if this was a leopard, you know, he'd be on top of you before you knew it. Most dangerous part of this hunt's been for me is looking bad on camera and not finding the deer in this heavy grass. But we got him. There wasn't a drop of blood. It's a great deer.
After Jeff took that buck, it was great to see the excitement he had for that deer. He was genuinely excited. This was a valuable trophy to Jeff. This is a man that has shot monster elephant, buffalo, lion, leopard, rhino, and yet this whitetail got his adrenaline up, got him excited. You know, there's something about a big, mature whitetail that will stir the blood of any man. If you love to hunt, big whitetails will get your adrenaline up.
Big, heavy 10-point, got a couple extra points here, almost a split brow. Big old deer, probably well over 200 pounds. It was a great hunt. I got to stalk him, get down and get close, and lucky made a good shot, and he didn't go very far, but not a drop of blood. And you can see they've had a lot of late rain here, and the grass is just thick and heavy and really difficult tracking, but we got him. Great hunt.